Hair in my eyes, thoughts in my head.
Naked light pants full of dread.
Wild sex in my window.
Can't and won't, damn it, let go.
Vaginal worry seeps down the pain.
Raindrop nipples drive the ears insane.
Alex asks, how do I spell?
With a drag, I said go to hell.
We need to leave it instrumental.
Poetry and music set apart.
Film directors take it sentimental.
Opening credits do not work.
You said my mom had nice breasts.
One word, dead body rests.
Violin in Nancy's eye.
Gigolo knife and happy host thigh.
African boy, not scat.
Jenny, our gutter can sit in my lap.
Amelia, God damn it, Amelia.
I want you, Amelia, to hold you to feel it.
Hair in my eyes on a skateboard.
Naked beauty lies heavenly lord.
Uncross the split hairs, the hairs apart.
Perched lips and ruby's tart.
Leave forward, then back.
Leave toward Kerouac.
This clock stops ticking.
And we're all dead.
Fucking stop slipping.
Our vagina bread.
Cut paper with his mohawk.
The bitches stop bitching so we can talk.
Mommy, where's Daddy?
Give me a blow, you little laddie.
My pencil tried to kill me.
So I used the keypad.
My girl tried to film me.
It makes you feel so glad.
Knock, knock, who is there?
I don't know, but your mom's a whore.
your excuses, you're only human. All that you are, all that you feel. Take a deep breath and pretend it's all real. Search for your soul, not a machine. There's no escape from the things that you've seen. Just when I thought we had proved, that's when they don't tell the truth. From up above, we
It costs that much cause it takes me fucking hours. Fucking hours. It costs that much cause I don't have superpowers. Superpowers. So you need to pay for my skills cause exposure doesn't pay the bills. It costs that much cause it takes me fucking hours. You need to pay for my skills cause exposure doesn't pay the bills. It costs that much cause it takes me fucking hours.
Well, now, how is everybody doing tonight? Apparently, I'm choking. Word to the wise. Don't try to breathe spit, because I'm not this guy. Even though I don't think Aquaman can breathe spit either. Yeah, I'm trying not to. You know, I'm an old man, you know, anything could put me over the top, you know. I wish this was moonshine. It's not. It's just water. Good evening. Good to see everybody showing up for the secret show. Miss Jimmy will not be joining us tonight, although she is in the chat. She's just not feeling that well. She's been working so hard on her show. What? You can catch that show 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. on the West Coast and 1 to 5 out here on the East. Do the math for the middle of the country. Sorry, Mountain and Central. You're going to have to get a calculator and figure it out. But I hope she gets feeling better soon. She said she's going to try to be on tomorrow night, which would be cool. So you may be asking yourself, well, who's going to be on tonight? Well, I don't know. We may have somebody on. We'll see. That's the beauty of this show, man. We just, we let our freak flag fly around here. You know, something changes at the last minute. It's okay. We just make do, you know? So I didn't want Jimmy to come out here and just be like, you know, and start drooling and shit, and you know, wouldn't be a good look for her, I guess. So but if you are new to the channel, or new to the show, it looks like I got all my regulars here. I'm going to shout them out in a sec. But if you are new, if you're watching this in the future, we have flying cars, be sure to, oh, go away. There's supposed to be birds in there. Why? God, why? Anyway, just like, share, and subscribe. It would help me out a great deal, and it would make me feel better about myself. Less bones all over the place tonight. Let me go ahead and shout everybody out while I'm thinking about it here. Don't want to forget. Crab, we got to play some of his tunes. Crab had a stream earlier. Big Mad Crab did, and he was had to defend his shitlib list, which we're going to take a look at a little bit later here in the show. But he had a great show. He was playing some weird video game, card game, and you know, and then he had some other stuff on, but it's good stuff. So good job tonight there, Crab. We got Signs in the house. Good to see you. Like I said, one of our producers, Les Bones, is here. Good to see you, brother. Oh, Kelly, my sweet. Always a pleasure. And Miss Jimmy. Get to feeling better, doll. We got Ed Heller in the representing the Central Time Zone there. Good to see you, brother. Miss Brandy, check out Brandy. I hope I get. Isn't it Around the World with Dee and Brandy? Is the name of the show. They had check them out on YouTube. They just started out. It's a great little show. Very interesting topics that they cover. So please be sure to check them out on the YouTubes. Just you can just search Around the World with Brandy, or Dee and Brandy. So who else we got here? We got the usual suspects. Willie, good. Willie's at work, but he's listening. Good to see you. Don't work too hard tonight, brother. Who else we got in here? Oh, Amber. Yay, what's going on, Amber? Good to see you. And I think that's it. I know Miguel does his usual little piece to say he's in the house. So, and Dolores was here earlier too as well. So yeah, check out their show. Good stuff. Speaking of check out, gonna check out them chickens. Oh, them chickity doo da day. I got Joe with me here. He's replacing the pumpkin from last week. What's up, Joe? Look at that. I gotta do a little something like this. Uh-oh. Doing it on the fly. So who we got here? We got mostly, well, we got a few downstairs. We got a couple on the stoop there just chilling. That's Chicken City, by the way. You can find them on the interwebs as well on the YouTubes. Check out their channel, Chicken City. It's just chickens, and it's great because they got the stoners in the chat, which is kind of funny. Hey, Amber King on the Rockfin. What is up? She says, "Oh, I have to go check on my chickens. Got left out in the rain last night." Oh, there's you don't want a wet cock on your hands. You know what I'm saying? Hey, yo, what the? Who let these bad jokes in? And oh, also, we have a special little funsy. We got we are going live on the Rumble over there, and Les Bones is holding it down over there. So we just this first night doing it, and so hopefully we can start building up a following over there as well. Good stuff. Yeah, so you gotta diversify your funds. You got to make sure that you got plenty of channels to stream on in case the censor ban decides to knock you in the head. So yeah, damn, first shift in a new role is always the worst. Okay. Anywho, I hope everybody's having a good Friday night. We had the Halloween was Monday. Had some of the fellers on there. Had Reef and Colin and my buddy Andrew from the Rochford Files, and Ed Heller was on there too. And we had a good time. We're just hanging out, just chilling. Not getting into too much trouble on Halloween night. I'm too old to be running around doing crazy shit on Halloween. So I figured, well, you know what? I'll just stay in my house and do a live stream and it'll be fine. And you know what? It was. It seemed the kids seemed to dig it. So that's all that matters. We got a few things on the docket for tonight. As far as some stories and some funsies. And first we're gonna start things off with another cartoon from Solid JJ. I don't know if you've never seen I know I've shown Solid JJ's stuff on here before. It's fantastic. And I learned a little trick that who is it that taught me this? It was Anthony, who's one of our regulars too. I was playing a video and he said, can you speed it up? And I was like, you know what? I can do that. I have those magical powers. I can totally do that. So so yeah, I'm gonna play you a little video here in just a second. This is a solid JJ cartoon. I hope you enjoy it. I thought it was kind of funny. But we'll see how it goes. You know, can't please everybody. So we'll see how this works out.
Oh, Jesus Christ, please, someone, please, you gotta come help me. Oh, no, God, I don't want to die here, no.
Hey there, pal. Looks like you could use a hand.
Oh, thank God, man, you gotta help me. Me and some of the boys were on strike for our union, and it turns out the construction was for Kingpin of all people. Now he's trying to make an example out of me. You gotta get me out of this thing.
Not to worry. Now, let's get you out of this mess. Damn, this thing's really awesome.
Come on, man, you can do it. Use your spider sense or something.
Wrong guy.
Wrong
This
guy.
isn't gonna work. I'm gonna have to try and disarm it. But how?
Wait, I know how these things work. You gotta pull the red wire.
Ah, great. Yeah, red one.
So you're gonna do that now?
Of course, yes. I just, I have something in my eye. Can you just point out which one the red one
Can I
is?
point out which? No, I can't see them. There's like 3 of them, man. Just come over here and take a look.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna have to be honest with you. You know, it's a bit funny actually if you think about it. You know that thing I said that was in my eye?
Yeah.
That thing. Yeah, it's blindness.
What?
I'm blind.
You quit fucking with me,
No,
man.
I'm like completely serious. You know, I don't even tell this to a lot of people. You should feel pretty honored not even disclosing this to you, really.
I just watched you do a fucking front flip onto the roof, and you're telling me you can't see 2 feet in front
Well,
of you?
actually, I can still kind of see. You know, it's kind of like sonar, so I can tell where you are and all that. But when it comes to color,
Oh, when it comes to color, you're shit out of luck, right?
hey, let's not talk about luck, all right? You're the one strapped to a
Yeah,
bomb.
I'm well aware. Oh, God, of all the fucking people who could have helped, I couldn't get Spider-Man? Where the fuck is
Can't
Spider-Man?
Spider-Man. Look, man, I'm trying my best here, all
Oh,
right?
I can see
You
that.
don't like hands, so that's the problem. Look, you're not getting Spider-Man, all right? This is the best you're gonna get. Take it or leave it.
Oh, Jesus Christ, don't give me that. He's out there fighting the Green Goblin, the guy with the fucking tentacles.
Now, do you look like the fucking Sandman? Look, when you have the Green Goblin in the city, he's got to deal with that, all right? Union workers strapped to bombs in the middle of New York. That's Daredevil's
What do you mean that's
jurisdiction.
Daredevil? What the fuck? Oh, the guy from Hell's Kitchen. He goes around and says, all I do is bombs. I don't fight the Green Goblin. What the fuck?
Yeah, pick on the blind guy, all
I
right?
mean, what is life really
Take
worth
out
even
the
fucking
blind
living?
guy.
You know,
at
it's
this point?
a lot easier if you just, like, look down. I mean, I feel like you could see the fucking wires if you really wanted to. They're not that far from you.
All I can see, there are 3 wires. I can't see the colors. I can see the tops of them. They're like covered. You see them? There's
Yeah, that
3.
doesn't really help. All right, listen, the math says that if I pull at least one of those wires, that's a 1 in 3 chance of survival.
What do you mean a 1 in 3 chance? There's a 2 in 3 chance of me being fucking turned into confetti and spread across the entire tri-state area. And I'll be fucking damned if I ever end up in Staten
You know,
Island.
you've got a lot of attitude for a guy strapped with a bomb straight into the fucking Looney
You look
Tunes.
like a ketchup and mustard looking motherfucker, and I'm a relish and sauerkraut guy.
Oh, yeah, big words, Bob the Builder.
My name is not Bob the Builder. My name is Bill. I'm a builder. My name is Bill the Builder. My name is Bill
All
the
right,
Builder.
This is gonna be a tough pill to swallow, but I'm not disarming this. I don't think it's just gonna. I just don't think it's gonna happen. And now with your name being Bill the Builder, I mean that doesn't even sound like a real person. Your death is like, I'm being honest, it just means nothing in the grand scheme of things. But me, I'm Daredevil. I mean, I fuck Galactus. I think Bill the Builder's gonna take me out. Fuck you.
Look, pal, I'm sorry for what I said, all right? I'm just under a little bit of stress with the whole bob strapped to my chest thing. Look, at this point, it's now or never. I say trust your gut. I go for it.
All right, Bill the Builder. For both our sake, I hope I get this right. You.
Lord, fucking mercy, please.
Hey, we're still here. The bomb didn't go off. I must have gotten it right. Is this the red one?
Yes,
Is
that's
this
the red
right
one. You fucking get it, Spider-Man.
Didn't I already tell you I'm not?
Did I tell you not Spider-Man? Oh yeah, no, that's Solid JJ on YouTube. Funny ass. They just use these old school cartoons. It's kind of like they did back in the day with Space Ghost Coast to Coast. You know how they repurposed these old 60s cartoons, and only this one's just not animated. It's all just stills, which is kind of funny. It's just like you ketchup and mustard looking motherfucker. Oh man. Yeah, C Lab and I think the Harvey Birdman, they repurposed that to where he's a lawyer. It was like Hawkman, I think, but it was Birdman. I don't know how that worked out. It's a lot of pot smoking back in those days. Yeah, it was crazy, man. I remember when Adult Swim first came on, I think it was just Space Ghost Coast to Coast, and then they had some anime stuff after that. And then they started adding C-Lab 2021, then they add, Aqua Teen Hunger Force, and Harvey Birdman, attorney at law. And then there was just like some other stuff. There was like Super Jail, I think, later. And then there was like some, I don't know if Super Jail was the one with the guy. He was a detective, but it was his ass. It was just like he would talk out of his ass, I think. I'm not quite sure how that works, but anywho, yeah, like I said, there was a lot of weed smoking back in those days, and it was pretty cool. That was also the days when, yeah, Assy McGee, that's who it was. Yes, Assy McGee. I can't believe I remembered the character. I damn sure wasn't going to be able to remember the name, so thanks, Ed, for that. But yeah, it was it was like, that was like the first time that's when I first started smoking pot too. I was in my 20s, and these guys that I knew, I worked at a TV station with them, and they knew the music group Blind Melon, because I think the lead guy was from LA, but the rest of the guys were from West Point, Mississippi, I believe. And yeah, it was they had this bong. It was like the Blind Melon bong. It was about yay big, you know, it was plastic. It wasn't anything special, but you know, it belonged to Blind Melon. So the first time I ever smoked pot was out of the Blind Melon bong. And yeah, I didn't like it at first. I was like, well, you know, I got nauseous. I was like, what is this? I thought this is supposed to make you feel good. And a few days later, I was at my place, and my buddy Don comes over with a little brass pipe, just a little thing. He said, here, look, you know, the first time, a lot of people, it just turns them off. They're just like, no, I don't want to do this. He said, but most of the time, if you smoke it a second time, that's when you feel it. And I was like, okay, we'll see about that. And so I'm sitting on the couch, and my buddy's sitting in the chair next to me, and he says, and I smoke it, and at first nothing happens. But then all of a sudden I look down, and I could see my feet, but I can't feel them. So it's like, I told him, I said, I can't feel my feet. I see them. They're right there. I see them. But it's like they're not there. I'm like Lieutenant Dan from Forrest Gump, you know? I got it was like in reverse. I could see the feet, but I just couldn't feel them. And he just looks at me. He's like turned over here, and he goes, what? And then we died laughing. And that's when I fell in love with pot. So let's just say the first date didn't go too well, but we gave it a shot. And the second date was a marriage made in heaven. So, and those were that was back in the Alabama ditchweed days. And then I got a hold of the real stuff, like the good stuff. I think the first really good pot I ever smoked was Nuggets from Denver. Somebody had went out. This was like, you know, it was like, I can't remember when this happened. It was like somebody, I don't think Colorado had legalized yet, but somebody had went out there and brought back these nugs, and it looked, I'm used to this brick shit, right? You know, just this stems, seeds, sticks, you know, just disappointment. But then I see these nuggets, and they're just like these, you know, just these little eggs of goodness. I said, what do you smoke that? Yeah, you fucking smoked that. But I smoked it, and I think I was the first man on Mars. I really do. It was delightful. So it was quite a thrill. And so I've been a big fan of good weed ever since. So I learned that day what the difference between good weed and bad weed was. Yeah, so what the hell? It's midnight. What the fuck you people doing out there? There's a lot of activity in my neighborhood. There was screaming children a little while ago. I don't know what happened with that, but it is what it is. Oh, and I have this neighbor downstairs. She is like, every once in a while I hear this. It sounds like someone, I don't know. Some of you older folks might remember the old Johnny Quest cartoons, right? It wasn't like, you know, Fred Flintstone or Bugs Bunny or stuff like that. There was like people who died on those cartoons, and when they died, they died a horrible death because they'd always go, ah! So that's what my downstairs neighbor sounds like. A few days ago, she got into it with another neighbor, and the screaming lady, something's wrong with her. I know she has some physical ailments, but she's kind of a Karen. You know, she's a little bit of a what the scholars call high maintenance. You know what I mean? And this young girl that lives downstairs next to her, they were getting into it, and I was kind of picking it up here and there, and I heard that young girl say, "Well, you're gonna die alone." I was like, God damn. Like, that lady's like probably the lady, the screaming lady, she's probably close to my age. I was like, that's a fucking horrible thing to say. You're gonna die alone. And then she slammed the door, and like the cops showed up and everything. This is a quiet building. It used to be, man. Some crazies showed up. You know, I don't know what's going on. New York is just going to hell in a handbasket, man. But, you know, it is what it is. Back to the comedy. We've got some funsies here for you. I want to see if, oh no, wait, I did something wrong. Please go back to the thing. Okay, cool. All right. So I found this thread, and it just hammers on Joe Biden. It really does. And there's like some fun stuff in here. So let's try take a look at this here just for a second. Let me get this out of the way. Let me do this. So let's see here. So we're gonna, yep, those are closed. Okay, good. So this was a few fun things here. Hang on just a second. This is very quick, I believe. So Pornhub.
Hey, I'm Natalie Biden, and I just turned 18.
Oh, so disturbing. So disturbing. So there's some others here. Interracial couple, fucking entire nation. The Pornhub memes are the best. I really enjoy those. Those are fun. What else was on here? There's oh man, there's SpongeBob showing his dick. That's not good. There's riding Uncle Biden. Oh, there's gonna be some people going to hell over this. Oh, this was funny though. That video is so cursed. It really is. To be fair. Well, to be fair, Natalie is a little old for Joe. That's true. That is, truer words have not been spoken until now. So, yeah. And there's this one. This one I thought was pretty good.
Don't let his disability fool you. This is a man with a deviant plan.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited. Are you excited?
I'm looking forward to this, man.
What do you want to do?
Show me something.
Come here, man.
So I hate to be the bearer of bad news.
Come on, man.
What's your plan here?
Look, this is not. But
You knew she was 13.
No, I didn't.
Well, I've got the transcript right here. So this is funny.
You know, I get all this information about.
Instead of taking responsibility, he tries to blame it all on the decoy.
I was prepared for them to come after me, but I wasn't prepared for the person coming at me the way she came out. She knew Bo. She knows me. I don't. Anyway.
It sounds like what you're trying to see is if you could score with a 13-year-old girl.
It's not about that.
But you did bring some things with you tonight.
Well.
So you brought condoms.
That's a different issue.
Doesn't seem so tonight.
Look, every child out there is capable.
There's something I got to tell you. I'm Chris Hansen with Dateline NBC.
Come on, man.
Yeah, that's the stuff. All right. I think that was it. I think that was, I think that might have been all on that thread. I don't know. People add more. Did somebody get the... How do I get a version I can share on other platforms? Of course, they want to spread it around. What is this? Oh no. Oh dear. This doesn't look good.
Wait. Which side do you want on?
This side.
All right.
Gross. Gross. I would. Oh, cat. I love this cat. Would. That's like the stoner cat at the end of the show. I believe that's it for that. And then everyone gags. Ah! Everyone gags. That's a predator. Some of the, look, I'm not just laughing. Some of these I'm seeing for the first time. The fucking predator mouth. What? You stupid. You stupid Poppy with the predator mouth. What else you really want is for God to hear your cries. That's fun stuff. Everyone's voice matters, no matter what our age is. Okay, that's enough of that. That was fun. That was good for a while there. Woo! Oh, yeah, that Joe Biden. He's you think there was I think people were talking like they didn't know if he was going to make it to 2024. Thought he was going to, like, you know, have a coronary or something. But yo, you got to remember, he's the president. The president has like the best medicine in the world. So just think, if Joe Biden didn't have all those doctors and, you know, just top shelf health care, you know, and he'd probably be out in the street counting imaginary onions. You know, to be like, what's the matter with this motherfucker? What's he doing? Okay. But yeah, it's, I don't know if, I think he's going to make it to 2024, but I don't know. I don't think he's, yeah, he'd probably be dead already. That's for sure. He would probably be just be graveyard dead. There's probably no doubt about that. You know, but it's just so funny how, you know, that somebody like that, I mean, we knew George Bush was an idiot, but we didn't think he had dementia. You know, he was just stupid. You know, George Bush was just surrounded by like all these Reagan people, and it was basically just Reagan, and it was like Dollar Tree Reagan was Bush, because it was like, you know what it's like that show The Connors. They brought back Roseanne, right? And then they fired Roseanne, so it was just like everybody else, and they still kept the show going. So that's kind of like how it was. I think that's kind of how it's going on right now, that Joe is definitely not there, and the only time he's lucid is when they shoot him up with some stuff right before he has to do a debate or do the State of the Union or whatever. Hey, cynical girl, good to see you. Hopefully you're having a wonderful evening. But yeah, Melty Joe is all brain meds and Elon brain chip. Yeah, he could be. I mean, he could be just like, he could be animatronic too. You know, they got those robots in Japan that are pretty lifelike looking. And Joe, he doesn't look like he's alive. So he could be just like an animatronic. I mean, he looks different. He didn't look that way like a few years ago. I think he got like plastic surgery or something like that. I don't know. It was just some ridiculous business. And he looks like Skeletor, or he looks like one of those Jeff Dunham puppets, creepy looking. Yeah, just here, I'm Joe Biden. I'm gonna see you in hell. Let me sniff some hair. I got to, speaking of stupid people, I just had a hankering to watch Idiocracy again the other night, and I thought it was just fantastic. I mean, it's not as good as I thought. I remember being, because at the time I watched it, I was really baked as a cake. Yeah, he could be a lookalike like in that movie, Dave. That was actually a pretty good movie. I like that movie. Dave, with Kevin Kline as the president. He plays his asshole president who has like a stroke or something and pretty much dies, and this guy is like a doppelganger, and they get him in. He's like a super nice guy, works at a job placement service. It's just like always helping people and stuff. So, but he's like the polar opposite of the president, but he looks just like him. And that's a really good movie to watch. If you're looking for political movies that kind of give you a little bit of hope and humanity, Dave is a good one. There's the one, I just had it too. Bulworth with Warren Beatty, from the 90s. And it still kind of holds up. It's about this senator he's basically, he's a Democrat, but he's like the OG shit lib. Oh yeah, that's right. Oliver Stone was the only one to recognize. Yeah, that's funny. That's one I need to go back and watch. But with Bulworth, I think I had Halle Berry was in it too. But he was this senator, and he put a hit out on himself. He hired a hitman to take him out. And he he thinks he's going to die, so he just starts telling the truth, and it's pretty wild. The Campaign with Will Ferrell, I've never seen that one. I'll have to check that out. What's the Chris Rock movie where he runs for office? Hey, John Kemper, what's up, man? Good to see you. I see John in all these chats. John has good taste in live streams, because he's always on the good ones. I always see him on there, so it's good to see you, John. There was one, I can't remember what that one, Miguel, good to see you too. There was one too where Robin Williams ran for president. He was a comedian running for president, and he won. Does that sound familiar? But this was in the United States. This wasn't in the that place. But I think it had Lewis Black as his like campaign manager or something. And it was a joke campaign. He wasn't really running, but then he ends up winning. I can't remember the name of that one either. Man of the Year. Look, see, Miguel you're the man of the year, Miguel. You're the one who knows all this stuff. Do you know okay, the Distinguished Gentleman with Eddie Murphy. When he was like a senator or something, wasn't he? I think it was something like that. What about so Miguel, I got one for you. So Ed said, what's the Chris Rock movie where he runs for office? Do you know what that one is? I think I remember that one too, but I can't remember what it was. But it sounds very familiar. Head of State? Oh, okay, very good. Head of State. There's also the one with Michael Douglas too. It seems like, I think it was written by Aaron Sorkin. The American President. Very generic title for a movie. No, that's good. You need to write these movies down. Hold it, or you can just rewind. You can wait till the end of the stream and then just like go back. The timestamp's right there, 12:51 a.m. So just roll back to 12:51 on here. That's why one of the reasons I put the clock on there to help out. Oh, the one I mentioned, there was the one with Michael Douglas and what's his name? Martin Sheen. Martin Sheen plays his like chief of staff or something. This was before West Wing, I believe. But yeah, the American President, and then they had the West Wing. I watched the West Wing for a while, and I got sucked into it. I was like, wow, these seem like these people are really trying to do something. And it ain't like that in real life. Democrats aren't like that in real life. They don't do nothing. They pad their pockets. They do insider trading. Yeah, we was talking about Dave a little bit earlier. Yeah, I really enjoyed that one. That's a fun one. Obviously these are not movies you really want to take too seriously. They're very fantastical. The fact that you have a president that actually is a good president and that actually does stuff for people. We know that is like straight up Hollywood. That shit is not for real. Oh yeah, I used to watch House of Cards. I was kind of into that. I was like, yeah, I would not be surprised if people were having other people, whacked. I've heard of certain politicians that have reputations for suiciding people. Not saying, just saying. They're out there, but. Yeah, there's a lot of good movies like that are political in nature. A lot of them are comedies because it is too ridiculous to believe. But I'll have to say though, one of my favorite political movies of all time has got to be The Manchurian Candidate. Vice, yes, Amber. Vice is good too. The one about Dick Cheney, where Batman plays Dick Cheney, or it's more like American Psycho plays Dick Cheney. Yeah, Vice is. If you haven't seen Vice, that's really good. It'll piss you off too, because it tells you, like I said, George Bush was just an idiot, and Cheney was president for all intents and purposes. He was running the show, no doubt. That's why all that heinous shit was going on. Air Force One, that's the one where Steven Seagal's in it for like 5 minutes. He goes. He's hanging out the window, out the thing, and he goes, "You won't make it." And Steven Seagal says, "But you will." Oh! And he takes off. He's like, "Ah!" Falls out of the plane. Yeah, still is an idiot for sure. Amber, I hope you had a good Halloween. I always like seeing y'all on Beauty and the Boomer, the Halloween show that y'all do, and it's just fantastic. Yeah, Steve Carell as Rumsfeld. He kind of reminded me when he was playing his weather guy from what was the one with Will Ferrell? that God, you know what I'm talking about. He has the mustache. I love scotch. He that's how he played Rubs. He was like a little more serious version of him. So sorry, Stoner Brain. Go Start. Good to see you. What is going on, friend? Thanks for showing up. You know, a lot of people here tonight. I'm very surprised. Oh, Anchorman. Yeah, thank you, Amber. I'm telling you, you got Stoner Brain. You get Stoner Brain, you forget like the craziest shit. And then you remember like the craziest shit that no person should ever remember. Just like bizarre details about things that happened like 20 years ago, but you can't remember Anchorman. Yeah. Hey, Indie News, Indie Left News on the Rumble. Yeah, we figured it out, man. Thanks for hooking that up, man. Appreciate you. Yeah, so like I said, we're streaming on YouTube, we're streaming on Twitch, we're streaming on Twitter, we're streaming on Rockfin and Rumble. So that's the deal. You always got to have diversity in your platforms. So like I was saying earlier this evening, my buddy Greg, aka Big Mad Crab, was doing a stream. He did it last night to debut. He did this list of shit libs, and I thought it was quite funny, and I thought we could kind of go over it a little bit here as well. So let me pull that up real quick. Let me see if I can make this a little bigger. So we have, now some of these people, I have no idea who they are. I'm going to be honest with you. So you got down here, the C, shit, you have, well, here's your categories. You got shit libby, you have full shit lib, you have insufferable libtard, and you've got probably a fed. So I'm going to show you the ones that I can recognize. So I know this is Brooklyn Sad, Incontinent right there. This guy is he looks like he just got off tour with REO Speedwagon, or an REO Speedwagon cover band. Jeff Tidich, I think. This is Vosh. Is this wait a minute, who's this? Who's the guy with the, he looks like he's got a chick's face. I'm not sure who this is. I think this is Destiny, right? And this is Malcolm Nance. Malcolm Nance is funny. He said, "I'll go into Ukraine. I'm gonna fight." And he went over there, and I think he just went over there and took pictures. I was like, okay, that's fine. And you got Nomiki. Everyone is threatening my life. Const. She always runs for some sort of office here in New York, and she always scams some money off of people, and then she ends up dropping out. I think that's her grift. She runs for office, tries to raise money. She gets on Majority Report with all those shitheads, and you know, and then she ends up somehow scamming money out of people. Who else we got here? So down here in the A list, the insufferable libtards. Who's this one over here? Who's this one, Crab? All the way to the left, right next to this fucker. See, look at the laser eyes. Okay, look at this dumb shit. All right. If you're new to Twitter, or if you're new to social media, and you see people with these laser eyes, this is like their business card for I am a shit lib, right? Oh, Dylan Burns, that's the guy. That's Dylan. Okay, yeah. So this is Chaotic Socialist and Frank. They're more like what they call G-Hive. G-Hive is like this guy Jeff from Miami, who's just like this insufferable Bernie bro. Yeah, you gotta get a picture of him up there too. I know Crab said this is like still a work in progress. This Garfield person is Dave the Bronx Bull, and he actually lives in Westchester. He's a piece of shit. He's this guy. He thinks, I'm from the Bronx. It's like, dude, you're from Westchester. Fuck off. Representing the Kamala Harris crazies is Shanteezy, or as I like to call her, I am cheesy. We know who this Fred Flintstone looking motherfucker is right here, Cenk Uygur. And then you got Ben Dixon. Ben Dixon never met an ass he didn't like to kiss. He's part of that Majority Report soup of idiots over there. We're just hammering on everybody. I love it. You got the serfs. The serfs they were horrible during the pandemic. They were like, the sky is falling. The sky is falling. There you got Sam Cedar, who lives in Park Slope and is a real bag of shit too. He's a super stan of the squad, thinks that, well, they just need 50 more years and things will be fine. Frank the Socialist. Is that who the first one is? This fool over here with the cat? I don't know who that is. And this is, who is this? Matt Bender, I think. He's another one of that crew. He's one that, like, he broke the big story that Jimmy Dore had a burner account on Twitter. Like, really? That's the best you can do? Yeah, All American Socialist could have been on there too. I know he's gonna he's gonna add him to the list, I'm pretty sure. Then you got Emma and Anna, the Cinderella sisters, the evil stepsisters. That's Anna without the hair bun though. So you probably didn't recognize her. But yeah, that's Anna Kasparian without there. And this is this chick over here. Here we go to the second row. She's another one of those TYT idiots. I don't know, what's her name? Fiona Apple. What's her name? Who looks like a dollar store Freddie Prinze? This Matt Bender fucker. Yeah, he does. The dollar store. I love it. I love like off-brand Dollar Tree. Yeah, man. Sam Cedar lives in Brooklyn. He doesn't live too far away from me, as a matter of fact. So I've been looking for him. I go to see if he's out and about, but I don't know where he lives. But I do know he lives in Park Slope. I found that out. So, yeah. So this chick from TYT, I can't remember her name. She has like some Italian name, like Fiona full of shit. I don't know her fucking name. You got Tim Black here, who used to be all right, and then he lost his shit. Then you got Canadian fuckface. What's his name? The rational asshole. Oh yeah. Hey gamer, good to see you. Cedar's still obsessed with you. Oh yeah, they all are, man. They all are. They hate that motherfucker. They're all, yeah, Cindy, they are all shit lips. That is why they're on this list. You got Mike Figueredo here, the Humanist Report. I call him Figgy Mike. That's his rap name. Another one of the TYT fuckheads, John Ira, whatever his name is. Now, I don't know who this guy is next to him, but that hair, I don't know what's up with that hair. Who's the Dave Dildo? Yeah. Dave Dildo. Woohoo. Yeah, right. Yeah. Saggers, he's a right wing, he's a shit neo. He's a shit con. He's not a shit lib. Who's this guy here? That's next to Alyssa Milano. Put them all on a sinking cruise. So you got Alyssa Milano here. You're starting to get into the Hollywood shit libs here for a second. David Pakman, I don't know if you know, he was like saying somebody ripped that Tulsi Gabbard ripped off the font for her show, right? And then it's like, well, dude, look at your background, and now look at Sam Cedar's background. You ripped his shit off too. Fuck off. This chick her name is JoJo from New Jersey, and she uses a fake picture that she made herself look skinnier, but she's a little thick. And then you got oh god, what's his name? He used to have a TV show on Fox. I'm not gonna remember any of these people. I think this is the All-American Socialist, isn't it? This guy here with the tie. I'm not quite sure who that is. Oh, Titus, yeah. Christopher Titus. Thanks, Miguel. I knew you'd know. I think this is All-American Socialist. It's Brian Tyler Cohen. Okay. And who's the guy that looks like Michael Chiklis over here? This guy, he looks like a I don't know who that is. I don't really care. So we're gonna get him over there. All right, so let's get down to full on shit lib. Farron Cousins, thank you. You got so much shit for Michael Brooks. Yeah, we'll get to him. I know, right? Is this a right-wing list? It is. It might as well be. They're right-wing cheerleaders. So you got Hassan Piker right here doing his Uncle Ben's impression here, wearing the shitty checkerboard shirt, like he's trying to be ironic. That's Cenk Uyghur's nephew. This is Socialist Boomer, I believe. Socialist Boomer is one of those that's also pretty shitty. Stephen King. Oh, Stephen King. It's so funny. The other day he said, I'm not gonna pay for a check mark. They should be paying me. Like, man, and then somebody said, man, ain't nobody gonna pay you for your shitty takes. What? Fuck out of here. I just think that's so funny about the check mark, that now they're gonna, if you want a check mark, you can not only, if you're verified, if you want to keep your check mark, you have to pay like either $8 or $20 a month. I don't know. I don't think they've settled on the pricing yet. But I know they're supposed to have it start doing it on Monday. I think he said the 7th. Oh, thanks, Andy. I knew that guy's name and I forgot. What's his name? Emo Phillips? What? Emo Dragon. Okay. Emo Dragon. I've never heard of this guy before. He just looks shitty. Mark Hamill, John Cusack, Stephen Colbert, Trevor Noah, John Oliver, just like this is your Hollywood shitlib block right there. You got Kyle Kuklinski, right here. And he just looks stupid in that picture. I'm sorry. I really don't have anything like very snappy to say about these people. I just like making fun of them. And then you got Jordan Chariton, and his cohort in shitlibbery, Desiree, I think that's her name. Austin Jones, solidarity to you too, my friend. This one is Zach and Cody of The Good Life. No, I'm sorry. This is Zach and whatever the kid's name is, of the Vanguard, I think. So, oh, wait a minute. Wait, this is the Vanguard. So what is Left News? What is this one? I don't know who this one is. Let's see Zach. So it looks like these are both the Vanguard, I think. And then you have Ryan Grimm with the shit-eating grin and the bad haircut. No, Kelly, she's on there. She's right here. She's between Pac-Man and Haircut Jones here, whatever. I think this guy and Ryan Grimm go to the same supercuts that are all run by blind people. So, and then you got Ken Klippenstein, who's just, I think he works, for The Intercept. Yeah, he's a Kyle colonoscopy. Yeah, they're all frauds. They're all fucking frauds, man. They don't believe half that shit. Oh, this is what's her name? She used to be on the Majority Report. What's her name? Begins with a J. Jenny on the block. I can't remember. I think out of all these people, she might be the least shitty of these people. So, but she still has shitty takes, but still, I think, in my opinion, I think she's probably the less shitty, of these people. Michael Brooks, why you gotta fuck with dead people, man? Crab says, I leave no stone unturned. I go for living and dead shit libs. Good for you, man. You speaking truth to power there. This is what's her name from that show. She God damn it, I can't remember any of these shows. Come on, somebody help me out. What's her name? It's like dog shit PBS, even though PBS is kind of dog shit too. Anyway, she's like probably the oldest chick on here. No, probably I'd say, oh, Democracy Now! Thanks. Yeah. I can't remember her name either, but anyway, she's the lady that looks like Amy Goodman. Thank you. She looks like, she's like all sweet and nice looking, but really, kids come over to her house made of candy and then she puts them in the oven. Jon Stewart is the biggest disappointment on this whole thing. I thought, you know what? Okay. Yeah, of course, money corrupts and fame corrupts as well. But I thought John was one of those that he was so popular that he was above the fray. He could say what he wanted to, and he has. He's been. I have to say, for veterans, he's been very good. Like for not veterans, the 9/11 victims. It's just very sad to see him giving awards to Nazis. I think that's just bottom of the barrel, pandering, trying to stay. This kind of goes to him when he got his new show on Apple Plus. I think once he got that show again, he said, I got to start playing ball again. And it's just so sad, Letterman was kind of like that too. I think Letterman's interviewing Zelensky on his show. I'm just like, I don't really have any love for any of these Hollywood people anymore. I used to really enjoy movies and music and, shows. I used to watch Politically Incorrect with Bill Maher back in the day when he was on ABC. And I thought that was pretty good, but times change. People show you who they are. Those masks come off. And they do. They show you who they are. Now, I have no idea who this chick is, but she seems very nice. In a picture, probably in real life, probably not so much. You blame John for Trevor? Yeah, Trevor was just, I stopped watching after Jon Stewart left. I was like, nah, that's okay. No thanks. Like I said, I don't know who this lady is. Maybe one of y'all could tell me who it is. Crystal Ball. Hey Lula, good to see you. Crab, my buddy Big Mad Crab made that. What? Letterman tried to trash Bill Hicks? Fuck him and his beard. Gamer says, when I was still a Bernie bro, I loved watching Bill Maher. I look forward to Friday nights years ago. Yeah, I did too. Crystal Ball, you kind of figured it was going to happen. And then once you started like boning with New Kids on the Block up here, the Dollar Tree Backstreet Boy Kyle, it was like, okay. And then finally, I think this is the politics guy or politic guy, whatever his name is. He's just kind of whiny. Kind of a dirtball. Yeah, so these are all this, like I said, you can follow Big Mad Crab on Twitter and check out his stuff there. This is an ongoing project, I'm sure. So good job, Greg, aka Crab. You done good, son. You done good. How's everybody doing? Everybody, I hope everybody is having a wonderful evening. It is Friday night here. Rockfin delay is painful as hell, but agree. I thought John had his shit together, and MTV is clearly to blame. I remember when he hosted, like, he was like hosting a game show and he hosted a talk show on there. He was like young. But now he's in his 60s. That's the thing, man. It's like you stay in Hollywood long enough, or in that Hollywood type situation. You know, if you're in New York, you have the Hollywood connections because you're always getting guests on there and stuff, and they tell you, you know, you got to play ball. You know, a lot of these politicians have talent agents. You know, like AOC, she's represented by CAA, I think. Is it CAA out of California? Huge talent agency. Yeah, Jon Stewart sadly still blue MAGA. Definitely. He definitely is. And AOC is a brand. Yeah, that's what it is. She's an influencer. She's no better than some of those people we were showing on the pictures there. You know, those people at the top there, like your Brooklyn Dad and, you know, JoJo and these other people, they just went to the White House not too long ago to I guess meet the president. I guess he thanked them for, you know, spreading lies and getting their army of bots and idiots to, you know, drown out people on social media. But, you know, that's the thing, folks. You have to pay attention. It took me a while to figure it out. I was very hopeful. I was a very positive person. I thought, you know, someday we can elect somebody that's really going to make changes. John says, I'm buying a blue check just to have some fun now. I think that's going to be awesome. I mean, I really don't care about blue checks. It's like, well, how will we know if people are official or not? Fight. Do you really care if Rob Reiner has a blue check or not? He's still an asshole. Yeah. I don't know. If it's $8 a month, I mean, that's less than $100 a year. So if, you know, if you got the bones to do it, why not? Treat yourself. Go get yourself a blue check, you know, go have some fun, you know, life's too short. But yeah, I think that would really piss people off. There's already people that's already left Twitter. I think that's great. Announcing their departure like they're at the airport is so much fun. You know, well, I am leaving Twitter. As long as Elon Musk owns Twitter, I just can't be here. It's like, well, bitch, just go. Don't let the door hit you where the good Lord split you. Just, People will appreciate an Irish goodbye more than this, you know, the ending of Lord of the Rings, where it took him like 45 minutes to say goodbye to all these people. Like, Jesus fucking Christ, man. Just, when's this movie gonna end? They're like, oh, hugs, and I'll miss you, Gandalf. I'll miss that. Fuck off, man. You'll see him in the sequel. Although Return of the King was the last one. They didn't do anything after that. I haven't seen this Lord of the Rings TV show, but I hear it's hot garbage juice. Like some of those Marvel shows too. They're all just woke hot garbage juice as well. Just nasty. I don't know what happened. But But it has nothing to do with like, you know, people doing, you know, having diversity and stuff like that. It has nothing to do with that at all. It has to do with just shitty writing. It's just the writing on there is just horrible. It is terrible. I tried watching an episode of that Lord of the Rings show, and it was just like, it's just terrible. I tried watching She-Hulk because I used to masturbate to She-Hulk a lot when I used to read the cartoons, because she was fine as a motherfucker. Damn Hulk smash, damn smash Hulk. That's what I'm saying. Hey yo, what am I talking about? Bitch could go green, 6'7". I like them tall. I like my ladies like I like trees, tall and firm and lots of bark. Damn, sorry, tangent. Anyway, I have no idea what we were talking about. Oh yeah, it's not very good. They try too hard, gamer, with She-Hulk, because in the comics she does break the fourth wall in the comics, but it's just poorly written. They're just like trying to, I don't know, and these poor characters on there too that are just you know, they just ruined them. Like poor, like the guy who plays the Hulk. Oz, what's up? Did Warren summon the master? Well, you're here, Oz. I guess I did. So welcome aboard the Love Boat. I am Julie McCoy, your cruise director. She would swallow you. She-Hulk? I don't care. Look, that's a good way to die, son. You know what I mean? You're gonna go out, you die, you know, with the She-Hulk, like, you know, wrapping your nuts around your neck. I don't know. I guess that probably wouldn't be a good way to die. To have your testicles choke you to death. I mean, I like some kinky sex, but you know, I kind of like to keep my pieces you know, intact, as it were. So we got Amber holding it down over on the Rockfin. I appreciate you, Amber, for staying up with us. 5 people on the Rockfin. Checking on Rumble real quick. Not bad. I figured out how to do Rumble today. It was really good. I got my buddy Reef to help me with that, and it was pretty easy. So we're gonna. I'm looking forward to streaming more on Rumble, maybe having some Rockfin and Rumble only shows maybe in the future, you know, where we can show pornography, and maybe I'll go shirtless like Nay's Garden. Maybe that's what I'll do next time. I'll go shirtless, and then you can see my pink little nips if you're into that sort of thing. That'll be premium. If you want to see my nips, it's premium. Although I kind of gave a picture away for free the other day, which is fine. I enjoy showing the boys off every once in a while. Amber says, I don't dare join YouTube. They just banned me. You're not even streaming. And she's like, no. She's like, Amber's a vampire and YouTube is garlic. I don't blame you. Or like YouTube is a vampire and she's Van Helsing. She just wants to kill him. I don't blame you, Amber. Amber's got a great show too. You can check her out on Rockfin, since she doesn't, Amber King. You can't even discuss elections and pharmaceuticals, real revolutionary dirty shit. Yeah, on Rockfin. I enjoy Rockfin. I haven't really used it to its potential yet, so I'm looking forward to that. Fleshlight is a sex toy. Yes, gamer, Fleshlight is a sex toy. I don't know how many lumens there are in a fleshlight, but yeah. I don't know where to go with Fleshlight. I'm sorry. I gave it the old college try and then just like, I crapped out. So, banana cleaner. Yeah. So, what else is going on in the world? I don't think my guest is going to show up. I think he ate food and passed out. See, earlier tonight I was watching Chicago Corner with Jerry Vassilatos and Ed Heller. Always a great show. Check them out, especially with Queen Kira on Tuesdays, and the boys are on Friday nights. Usually Kit Cabela's with them. Maybe he was having a succulent Chinese meal this evening. I couldn't join them. Rumble, Twitch, DLive, Odyssey Locals, Telegram, and a few others. I'm on all those except for DLive. I just started a Locals. Well, I had a Locals account this summer. I started it, but I never did anything with it. So I finally said, all right, screw it. I'm trying to spread out and get on as many platforms as possible, because I don't know how long this Twitter thing is going to last. I don't know how long the YouTube thing is going to last. So it's always a good idea to make sure that you have choices, right? You want to keep streaming, right? You still want to, if you don't have these others, and then people will not know where you're at. I would also advise people to get a Linktree too, if they can. I know I've heard bad things about Linktree, but it is kind of convenient to have all your contacts and stuff in one place. You're about to lose power, Amber? Oh, I hope not. Y'all on the West Coast. That's like 10:30 over there, I think, right? So it's getting a little late. Fans only, or only fans. My only fans is me gonna be doing my impression of Nave's Garden with my shirt off, but that's gonna be Rockfin Premium. You have to pay money to see my nips, unfortunately, and I'm pretty sure I will not get paid for that. Colin, good to see you. I think Colin is tentatively going to be on the return of Extra Bulla Live on Monday evening. So Colin, of course, is one of my INN brothers in arms. So always enjoy talking to Colin. Colin and Reef have a really great show, INN News, on Wednesday nights on YouTube, and Rockfin. I think they do it on Rockfin too. It's really taken off. It's getting pretty popular too. So congratulations to Colin and Reef for doing it. And they put the work in too. They really do some great shows over there. Indy too. Indy and Reef, and how we missed that on Sunday nights. There's a lot of really good stuff in the space. I was talking to a buddy of mine, Chris White. He's actually been on Extra Bulla. He was like the second guest I've had. We moved out together from Mississippi to California and had adventures out there. But he's a little bit, he's kind of like where I was maybe about pre-Bernie, maybe about 8 years ago. He's starting to see the light that Democrats are just pure shit, but he still has high hopes for some people running for office. And I just went, dude, no, it's not going to happen. Yeah, Crab too. Crab's funny. The first time, I want to say Crab was like, I think he was on an INN. We had a round table on one night, and Crab was on there. Maybe I can't remember, but as far as like other shows, I think the second time he was ever on, he was on my show. He did Music in the Movement 2 with Jett, and those boys put on a show. you know, so, and now, but he said he was a little shy at first. He didn't know. And now he's just not shy anymore. He's out there. So I love you, Crab. I'm glad you're doing stuff too. So check out Big Mad Crab on YouTube. I know, a little spotlight on Crab there. It's nice. Yeah, Case Study QB gamer is fantastic as well. He watches all that shit, so we don't have to. So he can clip all the great bits out of Shit Liberty. You was never shy, you just didn't have time. No, you said you didn't know if you wanted to come on, or you said, I wouldn't know say anything about it. And now you're just, yeah! But that's great. That's great. That's good to hear. I love to see that. I love to see you, you know, branching out like that. He's a hell of a musician too. If you were here at the beginning, we played one of his tunes there, and I appreciate you letting me use your music there. Always have to give shout outs to all the people who provide music for the show. And if you know musicians out there that maybe they're on Bandcamp or something and they're looking for like a little extra exposure, I mean, you know, that's not much, but you know, it helps me out. I get a little more you know, different variety of music to use on the show. And at the same time, you know, hopefully you get to hear some good tunes too. You know, I like to have good music at the beginning of the show. Amber says, mad shout out to Crab for all his help with the Hands Off Assange event. We can't thank him enough. Of course, Amber, part of that Roar Media family with Oz and Shonda. Love those folks to death. Such sweet people, hardworking, very concerned people, just like the rest of us are in this space. So what else do I have here? Kelly says, I get a ton of independent musicians music at work. I would be happy to hook you up. Definitely. Yeah, just DM me on Discord, Kelly. Let's get together and let's hook them up. Like I said, you know, we shout out who they are, you know, their albums, their songs, all that good stuff. Put their links in the description. All the ones who have music on Bandcamp or other places, I have their links below in the description. I know I've got Crabs down there. I've got Jesse Jetts, and I think my buddies, who are they? I say my buddies and I forgot their names. They used to, the artist formerly known as Phat Patsy, amazing album that they have too. And I just, yeah, definitely support more indie artists. There is great independent music out there. There's just so much that, you know, like the Hamburger Hobos, for example, they're not even together anymore. They haven't been together for years, but I know all those cats, and they gave me a CD like a long time ago. And I didn't really listen to it that much because I was listening more to like MP3s and stuff, but then I finally digitized it. And I was like, man, this is some good shit. There's some really, really good shit. So just have to you just have to know where to find it. You know, and usually indie music, you hear about, like, you go to a bar or something. I found this this band. They're called No Small Children. And I can't play their music because I don't have permission to do so, but I discovered them. And it's three teachers from California who put a rock band together. And it kind of reminds me a little bit of Heart, a little bit of maybe the Donnas, you know, just kind of that rockin', really good music. They're on YouTube. So let me put their names in the chat here. Well, let me put it in this one. But yeah, I heard them on, where did I hear them? Me and my lady friend at the time were watching what was it? The Santa Clarita Diet with Drew Barrymore, right? A little comedy. It was kind of funny, but they they would play independent music in the end credits a lot of times, and one of those was No Small Children. I was like, damn, this just kicks ass. This is some great shit. Yeah, I was going to say, Kelly, if you can get some No Small Children for your radio station, that's some good shit. Oh yeah, I got to add the Rumble logo. That's right. I'm actually thinking about changing up the look of the show here a little bit. I drastically changed up Extra Bulla Live, and I'm an unpaid graphic artist. I'm never satisfied with graphics, so I'm always like trying to change things and stuff like that. Kelly says there's some real great independent heavy metal coming out of New Zealand, and a lot of great electronica from the UK, and the Pacific Northwest is turning out some good stuff too. Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, the Pacific Northwest, that's where grunge started. You know, that's where you got like a lot of your early 90s good stuff out of there, like Soundgarden, Pearl Jam, and Alice in Chains. I don't know if they're all from the Pacific Northwest, but that was that Pacific Northwest sound in the early 90s that particularly you can find a lot of that on the movie Singles, their soundtrack. So it definitely is a great time for music, and a great area for music too, and it was made you yearn for wearing flannel shirts too, you know, if you're into that sort of thing, right? So we'll end tonight with a thing that I found just right not too long before the show. So I don't know, yeah, Mudhoney, Nirvana, and it's kind of obvious, Miguel, you know. It's like that Twitter meme, Nirvana's not available, who's your favorite grunge band? There's Mother Love Bone too. They're pretty good, I think. But then I don't know if Blind Melon, you could call them grunge. I don't think you could call them grunge, but they were around that time too. That goddamn B girl. It was just a B girl. Yeah, Amber, she says they all broke here. It was a damn good time. Yeah, the early 90s was fantastic. I had a blast. Yeah, Alice in Chains, and Chris Cornell and Soundgarden when and Chris's solo stuff too. I tell you, one of my favorite songs he did, it's just guitar. It's called Seasons. And it's a haunting song. Highly recommend it. Stone Temple Pilots. They said that's like, did Creed try to sound like that guy from Stone Temple? It was like everybody tried to sound like the guy from Pearl Jam, but they tried to sound like Eddie Vedder. You know, here I hear me high home behold. Where you go for tomorrow? See, now Linkin Park, and now you get into stuff like Limp Bizkit and like Three Doors Down and shit like that. Okay, now you're kind of stepping into it. Hey, Jax Page, what's up? She says, I saw Mudhoney at the Hollywood Palladium, and I was so tore up from the floor up, I barely remember it. I love Soundgarden and Nirvana. Yes, some very good stuff. I was very fortunate when I was in radio. I was in radio in the early 90s, and I started working at this classic rock station. But on Wednesday nights, we would have a new music hour, right? And we would debut a lot of these songs. We would play Nirvana, we would play Soundgarden, Pearl Jam, Alice in Chains, Paul Westerberg, a lot of this. There was the Say Anything soundtrack too. Had some good stuff on there. Red Hot Chili Peppers, the early Red Hot Chili Peppers. You had Fishbone, some good shit on there. Just really, because I think Say Anything came out like 89, I believe. So you have like that 89 to 92 window, like that 3 or 4 years there where a lot of good shit came out. Yeah. Amber says you can take veteran Dave Grohl to the miserable shit lib list. Yeah. Dave Grohl really disappointed me. I like Dave Grohl a lot, but yeah, he kind of pulled a Graham Elwood with the whole Vax thing. So, oh, was it Flea? Flea's like doing a lot of acting now, I think. I saw him in something not too long ago. He was like playing a serious role too. It wasn't like some, hepped up crackhead like he usually plays. It was like something serious. Cause Flea getting old. All them people old, man. Fucking Kurt Cobain and Chris Cornell, they said I don't think I want to live to see the 2000s, or at least experience what we're going through. So they took their own lives, and it's a shame. You hate to see that happen. But people just get, you say to yourself, how can people who are so talented like that, like the guy from Joy Division, the lead singer from that, they were starting to get big. He was going to tour America, and he couldn't handle it. And he ended up hanging himself. It's just sad, when you see musicians do that. Especially ones that you really appreciate their craft, you appreciate the work they put into it. It's just, it's terrible. It's Chris Cornell was the hardest celebrity death I ever went through. Didn't make any sense. Right. Exactly. I mean, Kurt Cobain's didn't really make any sense either, but Chris Cornell just came out of nowhere. He was like in his early 50s. He was like my age. And he said, that's a wrap. I'm done. Aw. Kelly says, a great love ballad from the Chili Peppers is Soul to Squeeze, which you can only get on the Coneheads soundtrack. You want to get that one particular song, you gotta buy the whole Coneheads soundtrack. We are from France. We are from France. I didn't get into, I like Joy Division too, but I didn't get into them later. There's a great movie. It's kind of a mockumentary. And it has Steve Coogan in it. It's called 24-Hour Party People. Right? I highly recommend watching. If you're into music, let's see, if I know how to spell this. So it's basically about like the British Dick Clark. He had a music show in the UK, and that's where Joy Division, New Order, a lot of these British bands at that time in the 80s got their start on his show. It was Tony Wilson, was that his name? That was the guy he was playing, was Tony Wilson. But 24-Hour Party People, yeah, it's just an amazing movie. That's one of those movies that I could watch over and over again. I haven't seen it in a while. I'm probably going to watch it again sometime in the near future when we have flying cars, which I hope at this point, there's so many stupid people. I hope we do not have flying cars because we are living in idiocracy. This is a terrible place to live in right now. So the last thing we need is flying cars to add to the mix. It was Anthony Kiedis. Give it away, give it away, give it away now. Give it away. I sold a Red Hot Chili Pepper CD to Robin Williams when I worked at the bookstore in Hollywood at Borders. So it was like, I got to see Robin Williams. I I feel like I can die a happy. I've seen the Cubs win the World Series. I've seen the Saints win the Super Bowl, and I've got to meet Robin Williams. Everything else now is just like I'm living on borrowed time. So it's like, what else is there left to life, right? Yeah, it was but such great music back then. In the early 90s, I had such a blast. I was surrounded by a lot of really cool people, and like I said, I got that was the worst paying job I ever had, was at the radio station, but it was probably the best job that I ever had. It was just so much fun. It's so much good music. And it was just amazing. So man, the time is flying by. So I did find this. This is what I wanted to show y'all. So I don't know if you know who David Icke is. All right. So David Icke, he's a guy, he's considered a conspiracy theorist. And his claim to fame, hey, Yona, good to see you, Yona. Check out Yona's show. He was on earlier this evening, so if you didn't get a chance to see it, hi Yona in the lower cast. Check out the replay, and yeah, definitely, and give him a like and a sub, and share his shit out too. Share everybody's shit out. A lot of good artists, good content folks in the chats. So talking about David Icke, I found out about David Icke when I was speaking of the bookstore. I remember David Icke. I read like 2 or 3 or 4 of his books, and one of the things I learned in his books was about aspartame. Now, aspartame is the sweetener that's in diet drinks, particularly like Diet Coke and some other drinks. And aspartame is just poison. It really is. It causes depression. It causes like brain damage. And pretty sure if you know anybody that drinks Diet Coke on the regular, there is something, they're either like really depressed or they're psycho as fuck. So if you can, stay away from aspartame. But one of the things about aspartame was like somehow Donald Rumsfeld was involved in aspartame was not going to be passed by the Food and Drug Administration, right? It was like one time the FDA was going to do something right, but he managed yeah, he's the lizard Illuminati guy with the messed up fingers. I didn't know he had messed up fingers. He used to be a footballer. He used to play soccer in England. But he was the one that spilled the beans. That's where I found out that Donald Rumsfeld, he was on the board or something of the creators of aspartame, and he got the FDA to approve aspartame to put in those products. So you see anything with aspartame, you stay the fuck away from that shit. It is garbage. All right. Just get some cane sugar, just don't go crazy. Don't become a diabetic, but, but stay the fuck away from that aspartame stuff. So anyway, yeah. And one of his claims to fame is the fact that he thinks like the royals and a lot of these elites are lizard people. Take that for what you will. It could be, a lot of these conspiracy theories have come true. So, maybe they are people from V, they could be eating rats and we don't know it. So, let me see here. So now this is from Vice. You take this for what it's worth. Lizard elite conspiracy theorist. He's banned from 26 European countries. So let's take a brief read here. So the Dutch government has banned the controversial British conspiracy theorist David Icke from entering the Netherlands and basically all of the EU over concerns he poses a threat to public order, officials announced on Thursday. So we're looking at somebody, yeah, okay, he may have some out there theories on stuff, but he's a threat to public order. Maybe it's because a lot of people listen to him, you know. When he's not talking about lizard people, he's usually on point about a lot of stuff. Icke, a former footballer and sports broadcaster who is one of the world's most high-profile conspiracy theorists, had been scheduled to speak at a peace rally by a conspiratist movement in Amsterdam on Sunday protesting the Ukraine war, the Dutch government, and energy prices. Dutch news service RTL News reported that the decision had been made following consultations between the Dutch Immigration Service, police, and the National Coordinator for Security and Counterterrorism. Icke confirmed the ban, posting a scan of a 5-page letter from the Dutch Immigration Service to his website. The letter stated the entry ban extended to the entire Schengen visa-free area of 26 European countries for 2 years. The letter stated that the ban was due to concerns his presence at an Amsterdam rally planned for Sunday could lead to a disturbance of public order. And that is how they are trying to shut people down. That's what they've been doing to Trump for years. You know, they got to shut him down. He's going to start a disturbance of public order. And that's how they're going to try and silence people. Not just people like Icke, but just like journalists and any truth tellers, whistleblowers. They go after everybody. So here's let me see, make sure I got this right here. So this is David Icke talking to I don't know who he's talking to be honest with you. I did not prepare very well. So this is a tweet from Shhhh. This is why the Netherlands has banned David Icke from entering the country, deeming him a level 3 terrorist because he exposed Mark Rutte and the World Economic Forum plans. Whoop.
As the Dutch government, a guy called Rutte, the Prime Minister, completely owned by the World Economic Forum and Klaus Schwab, why has he just announced that the Netherlands, the second biggest exporter of food in the world, is targeting farmers to destroy them and get them off the land, which is where all these farming protests in the Netherlands have come from? At a time of food shortages and supply chain problems, you are targeting the second biggest exporter of food in the bloody world to destroy its farming base? Why are you doing that? If people depend on you for what's left of the food, you control them. Where food is abundant and cheap, you do not control them. Where energy is cheap and abundant, you do not control them. Scarcity equals dependency equals control. And that's why they're targeting the food chain, they're targeting the energy supply, they're targeting everything.
Yeah. So, I mean, think what you will about David Icke, if you think he's a nut job or whatever, but he ain't wrong when he says that people are controlling the food supplies. And yeah, that's right. There aren't any food shortages. It's all intentional, right? You heard all those stories about the like food distribution centers mysteriously burning down too. Yeah, it's just it's crazy town out there. I'm not quite sure what the end game is. I mean, is it all part of making the United States the ruler of the world? I'm pretty sure people in the U.S. government would like that, and the people that control them would like that. Food shortages, energy shortages. I mean, look at Europe right now. They're going to be freezing this winter because they're being held hostage by the United States, or at least the people are, because the leaders of these countries are saying we're going to put sanctions on Russia, and Russia said, okay, you're going to put sanctions on us, then you don't get any fucking oil. Rub a couple sticks together, we're put on another sweater, you'll be fine, or not, I don't care. Russia has no fucks given. And you have all this crazy shit that's going on with like funding these Ukrainian Nazis and stuff. And it's scary times out there. A lot of people in Europe though are starting to stand up. The French are starting to protest. I believe the Germans are too. You're starting to see more people get in the faces of politicians here, at like Jose Vega and a lot of these other folks who are standing up at these town halls and telling these politicians, we don't believe you, you're lying, why are you doing this, why are you funding, why are you sending billions of dollars overseas when we can have it here to help people in need, right? I lived in LA, I live in New York now, and I've seen so many homeless encampments, I can't count them. It's just a crazy amount of people who are suffering here, and they just don't care, because that's how it's like. I said, if you have abundance, you can't control people, but if you have shortages, even manufactured shortages, that's how you control people. So what's the end game? Why are they controlling us? What do they want? Do they want world control? And then what happens? Do they get rid of people? Do they replace us with robots? What's the end game? It's a lot of people don't want to think about it because it's too fucking scary to think about. It scares me. Shit, my anxiety and depression are bad enough. When you actually think about things like this, who, people like David Icke and folks like Alex Jones to a certain extent were saying some true stuff back in the day. I remember Alex Jones from the 9/11 truther movement days. And that's when I started to see the suppression of free thought and around 9/11. You couldn't question 9/11. You weren't a patriot. That's un-American. All those people died, and you're defiling their name, the victims who died, by saying it was a conspiracy theory. And everybody and their mom knows that the shit wasn't the actual story going down, right? Like the majority of the hijackers were Saudis. They, well, how did they get in the building? Steel doesn't, you can't, jet fuels, all that is bullshit. I was telling my friend Kris when we were talking politics last night, we talked for a good, close to 3 hours. I said, let me tell you something. You're trying to wrap your head around all this stuff, and there's too much stuff to wrap your head around at one time. You have to take these one subject at a time. But let me help you out. Let me tell you first that just assume that everything is bullshit, and then be pleasantly surprised if you find out it's not bullshit. Because the times that you find out it's not bullshit are very rare compared to the times that that something is bullshit. So, but the point I wanted to make about David Icke, like I said, you think he's a nut job or whatever. I mean, if he's just a harmless, wackadoodle Why are you banning him from 26 countries? 26 countries. It's practically like all of Europe. Like, you know, and unfortunately, it's probably going to be more and more of that shit that's going to be happening too. My sister works at Jenny O Turkey Store, Hormel, and they have been killing off flocks and entire farms for one positive bird Rona case. It's an intentional shortage. Bill Gates has been buying up farmland. Of course, they want to control the food supply, control that, and to control people. You can't control people with money anymore. No. Yeah, I like him too. The lizard people, I don't know. He might shit. He's been right about a lot of shit. He predicted the vax and all that stuff, the pandemic, and like 25 years ago. There was video of that. I can't find it right now, but hell, he may be onto something with the lizards. Who knows? But yeah, buying up farmland to control, and corporations buying up houses. You know, what did they say? You won't own anything. You'll rent stuff and you'll be happy. You know, I mean, I'm 53. I don't see myself ever owning a home. There's just no way it's going to happen. So, and I feel sorry for people who do own homes that are, you know, under the thumb with high mortgage rates and are not, who can't keep up with the cost of living and have a mortgage. They end up losing their homes, or they get caught in some sort of refinancing scheme where they end up like losing a shit ton of money. It's just sad, man. It's just sad. Well, Jax, you never hear. This is an auto zone. You don't get like a free wrench when you walk in the door. Jesus, lady. Look, you get your card punched 10 times and then you get the wrench, okay? It's like Subway, all right? On that 10th punch, you get a free sandwich, all right? Only in this case, you get a wrench. So, no, these are all the people with the wrenches. These are, I know, sad face. Aw. Don't cry. Yeah, you gotta, all these folks, they show up like all the time. So you keep showing up, Jax. You'll get one. Don't worry. I don't know what you'd use it for. I really don't understand what being a mod is all about. I mean, all right, fine. Jeez Louise. Well, not everybody has a wrench. Next time you show up, Jax, I'll hook you up like cable, okay? But I was just found that fascinating that you know, I know some people who are just like, oh God, why don't you give me a wrench? I'm not talking about you, Jax. I'm talking about like people who like live for being a mod on somebody's channel. I mean, I guess it's some sort of power trip or something for some people. I'm like, you know, I'm a mod on a lot of channels too, on a few channels anyway. I'm just, you know, yeah, that's it. I mean, we stopped Gamer from blocking sex bots. We haven't had any sex bots tonight. I mean, I didn't see any, or at least I didn't see any, blocked in the chat. You know, his Nightbot is back. I found, I was like, where's Nightbot? How come Nightbot hasn't been here? And then I went to the Nightbot site there with my, it said it wasn't hooked up. I was like, oh, okay. It makes a lot of sense. So, but yeah, Jax, you're a sweetheart. Next time you come on, we'll get you one. Sweet. Now I have to have the wrench. All right, fine. God damn it. Let's see. Hang on a second. All right. There you go. Yeah, I know. Some people I know, I'm not going to name names, but some people, they live for the wrench. They're like, I'll see them in chats and they're like, why don't you give me a wrench? Why don't you give me, like, what are you going to do with it? all you gonna do is chase the sex spots out. You want to silence other people? I mean, it's just, I don't know. You're in the chat. Enjoy. Life's too short to be like, life's too short to be wanting some some tools next to your name. Yeah, well, Gamer is. Yeah, I know. I've seen Gamer was one of the first mods I've seen. Because when I started watching a lot of these shows, I'd see Gamer in there and he had blue wrench. I'm like, what's that blue wrench mean? They must be At first I thought you were mechanics. I thought you like fixed cars and stuff, and this was like some sort of guild. It's some sort of mechanics guild. That's like, no, it's a moderator and then I heard mod at first. I was like, what, you mean like a game mod? Like do you alter the chat? Do you alter the space-time continuum? How does this work? I'm not too privy to that kind of stuff, but then I figured it out. That's what you do. You get in these things, and you start learning about things. Hey, Yasima, I don't know if you're still there on Rumble, but thank you for showing up. So, wow, somebody besides Indy and Les Bones on Rumble. That's cool. This is canon. All mods are mechanics by day. Nice. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, so thank you, Yasima, for hanging out in the chat. That's pretty cool. Yeah, we're hoping to grow the Rumble channel too. As the Rockfin channel has really taken off. There's like over 1,600 followers on there. I don't know how often they watch, but they're starting to see more and more people on places like that. Odyssey's starting to pick up a little bit. There you go, Jax. Congratulations. Now you can, there's no prizes. You don't get like a free sandwich or anything, or like a year's worth of, rice-a-roni or anything. I'm sorry, we don't have the budget for that. So, but yeah, we're trying to grow on these channels. YouTube has just been a dead end. I mean, I've been stuck at 200 and something forever. Meanwhile, like I'm starting to pick it up a little bit on Rumble. Rockfin has just been off the wall, just crazy amount of growth on there. Odyssey, not so much, but I don't really do much. I'm starting to do more on Odyssey, like my gaming streams. All my streams I do, the main channel is YouTube for now, and then I do gaming also on Odyssey. So I'm trying to put different kinds of content on different places. But that's the thing. This is I got some good news today too. Also, well, technically last night, but I didn't find out till today that I'll be starting a work from home job on Monday. So I'm very excited about that. I've come to find out that I don't know if it's the pandemic or it's just, family mental illness or a combination of the two, but I can no longer work in a public place anymore. I can go into public places, like I'm just not a big fan of big crowds anymore, but working in public, it just ain't working out. And so I really got like, this ain't the greatest job. It's like a call center job. It's nothing crazy, but it'll be steady pay. I can stay home. I can work in my underwear. That's the dream. That's the dream. No pants, but especially in the summertime. Summertime, it gets pretty hot in here. And let's just say, I hope that it won't be on camera or anything. It's all just like through an app and stuff like that. But and the companies, I hear good things, bad things, but I would rather work at home than work somewhere else. I don't have to travel. I don't have to worry about a Metro card. Like I said, I don't have to worry about really dressing up or anything. I can wear the Aquaman shirt. It's fine. But But at the same time, I wanted to say, like, you know, I appreciate everybody who has supported me. It's been some pretty rough waters. I'm still kind of in some rough waters, but, you know, I'm starting to see the shoreline, and that's a good thing. So I appreciate everybody that's helped me out. Oh my God, you're so lucky. I'm looking into RV parks and boondocking, working medical on call, traveling med, ready for a different life. Yeah, I tell you too. If I won lotto, we were talking about this on Halloween. Like that, I think the lotto was up to $1.5 billion or something. The Powerball. If I'd won lotto, I would, you know, I'd give a lot of it away for mutual aid, probably set up some mutual aid funds, obviously some interest bearing, mutual aid funds so that it can kind of replenish itself as it goes along. Oh wow, that's cool. Interesting. So if something happened on the thing over here, but I would get like a big ass RV and I would just travel the country, you know, and I would just, I would live off grid. I've been watching these videos about like these RVs, like different size RVs, and how they have solar panels. You can get to charge up your stuff while you're on the road. Yeah, it's kind of scary to be self-contained like that, but to have that freedom, you know, would be just fantastic. I would love to do that. I would really, really love to, you know, hit the road, man, or just take it up in the mountains. You know, the only thing I would want though, and I don't know how this would work. I would want to still have some sort of internet hookup so I could live stream from the RV. You know what I mean? Hell, I wouldn't even mind living in a trailer park, but I wouldn't want to live in a trailer park in an area where tornadoes are, because tornadoes love to chew up trailers. Trust me. I lived in North Mississippi for a long time, and that's like the ass end of Tornado Alley, and there's a lot of trailer parks in Mississippi. They say, well, like, why aren't people why is Mississippi got the least amount of homeless people? It's because we got a shit ton of trailer parks, and trailers are cheap, you know, for the most part. I mean, like the old shitty ones, you can get like a 2-story trailer, a 2-story mobile home. It's like just like a big house, but it's a mobile home. It's crazy. Anyway, but I could talk about that for a while. I'm kind of going off on a tangent here. I should probably end this. It's about that time. Once again, let me bring out this motherfucker. So like I said, if you're new, tell a friend, like, share, and subscribe. You can go to Linktree, Extra Bulla. All the links are in there. It's got my donation links in there too. If you can hook a brother up, I could still use some cash. You know, but if you can't do it, that's fine. But obviously give it to somebody that's more deserving. You know, somebody you think that really, really needs help. And there's a lot of people that really need help out there. So once I get on my feet and I start, you know, saving up, I'm going to try and help out and pay it forward. Trying to help out some people that need the help too. So, I just want to thank, everybody. Let me start with Rockfin first. Miss Amber King, you were my Rockfin chick tonight. I appreciate you. And the 5 other people watching, or the 4 other people watching, you know, thank you for that. Over on, Rumble, there's Indy and Les Bones were over there, and Yasima. Thank you for watching. Miss Jimmy, hope you get feeling better. Get some sleep. It's starting to get late for you, dear. I know it's probably sleep o'clock where you're at, so get some sleep, get some rest. Be fresh for tomorrow. I'm going to put you to work. I'm going to put you to work. Gamer, Jimmy, and Lula, and Jax, and go up the list here. Then Austin and Brandy, Game.film. I know Ed was here too. Dolores and Brandy. Nightbot, welcome back. Lazy bastard. No, it's my fault. I'm sorry. I don't blame you, Nightbot. It was all me. I know Miguel was here and Ed Heller. Who else? Yona. And Willie. Good to see y'all. Hook them up too. You know, please go subscribe to their channels. Like, give them a share. Share out their stuff. They got really good stuff. Sorry, a sleepy peepee for me too. Who else we got in here? I've been up since 8 o'clock too. Oh, Kelly, my love, of course. Kelly, can never forget you. I always save the best for last. So, yeah, I think that is everybody. Oh, Crab, of course, Big Mad Crab. Check out his show too, or subscribe to his channel. Colin was here too, and Oz. A lot of good folks here. So I like that. I really appreciate these shows. And John Kemper too. Go Start. I know. I think Signs was here for a second, maybe. Dingo, I think, showed up for a hot minute. I love to see that. You know, that's why you say, why do these people on these wrenches? Because all these people that are family. You know, your family. We see each other in other show chats, and you know, we're supporting other people, and just do that. Just try and support as many. Trying to support as many content creators out there that are worth it. None of the shit lib people that we was talking about earlier. Those fuckers, they're all a bunch of grifting motherfuckers. Got to catch you live more often. This was fun. Of course, Jax, we always try to have a good time around here, but we're doing it again tomorrow night. So if you're around, tomorrow, the usual suspects, of course, the Political Matrix will be on. I think, Gamer, you said Beauty and the Boomer was... I said Booty and the Boomer. Booty and the Boomer. Booty and the Bueller. I think you said they're not going to be on tomorrow night. Is that correct? Beauty and the Boomer, because they're well, they're not going to be on YouTube. I think maybe they might still do it on Rockfin. Who knows? I'll never forget you, Warren. Memory deleted. Anyway, thanks again, everybody. Love all y'all. Have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow night. Wash your ass. Keep it clean. You know, because a dirty ass, Jesus, what kind of, you know, kind of a sick fuck are you? Were you trying to grow a tail? Gross. All right. Word to your mother. Tell her I said hi. Shut up, you big dummy.
Shut up, bitch! Groovy.